The moment Ivy Morales walked into Mr. Alden's music class, the whispers started. Her old violin case, scratched and worn, hung awkwardly from her shoulder. She clutched it tight, head low, eyes steady. The walls were lined with shiny new instruments, polished like museum pieces. Her case didn't belong here, and neither apparently did she. Mr. Alden's voice sliced through the murmurs. "Nice violin," he sneered, his smirk curling at the corners. "Did you find that in the trash, or is it an antique from your neighborhood?" A few students laughed under their breath. Others exchanged glances but stayed quiet. Ivy said nothing. Her fingers tightened around the case. Mr. Alden's eyes narrowed, unsatisfied with her silence. "Well, Morales, we'll see if that thing can make music or just noise at the concert," he added, motioning her to sit with the others. Ivy walked to the back, ignoring the stares. She unpacked the violin carefully. The faded wood told stories of stages far grander than this, but here it was nothing but an invitation for ridicule. As she tuned the strings, the room buzzed with anticipation for the upcoming concert. What they didn't know was someone had been watching everything. The day of the concert arrived, and Ivy stood backstage gripping her violin. Her heart thudded, not from fear of performing, but from what she'd discovered minutes earlier. Her violin's strings had been tampered with. One was loosened, the fine tuners misaligned. It didn't take a genius to know who did it. A sharp laugh echoed nearby. Mr. Alden's voice drifted from behind the curtain. "A shame when old instruments fall apart on stage. Almost poetic," he chuckled to a colleague. Ivy's stomach twisted, but her face remained calm. She adjusted the strings with quick, practiced hands. The truth was, she'd faced worse. A memory flickered. The spotlight of a concert hall, the weight of a gold medal around her neck, her mother's proud tears in the front row. That was before everything changed, before the move, before the whispers about kids like her taking up space in elite music programs. Tonight wasn't about proving anything. It was about reminding herself who she was. She stepped onto the stage as the curtain rose. The audience buzzed, students, parents, staff, and the school principal seated in the front row. His eyes met hers. They widened in quiet recognition.
Silence settled over the hall as Ivy lifted the violin. The old wood gleamed softly under the stage lights. Her fingers hovered for a heartbeat, then danced. The music poured out, sharp, bold, defiant. Complex runs, aching melodies, raw power that filled every corner of the auditorium. Whispers stopped, mouths hung open. Even Mr. Alden stood frozen near the stage wing, his face pale beneath the glow. The final note lingered like a challenge. Ivy lowered the violin and walked off stage. She passed Mr. Alden without a glance, but at the edge of the stage she paused. The principal approached, his expression unreadable. Then, softly, he said, "Ivy Morales, I saw you play Carnegie Hall, didn't I?" A hush fell again. Ivy placed the old violin gently on an empty chair. It sat there alone, worn, unassuming, but the entire room faced it now, silenced not by words, but by truth. The girl they dismissed let her music speak, and tonight it roared. In this world, dignity doesn't always demand loud words. Sometimes it only takes an old violin and the courage to play. If Ivy's story moved you, share your thoughts below and subscribe for more. Remember, the quietest voices often carry the loudest truth.